On April the 18th, Malaysia lost one of its most noted and revered figures when Karpal Singh was tragically killed in a car accident. In an eventful legal and political career, the man affectionately dubbed by Malaysians as the Tiger of Jelutong forged himself an enduring reputation as a committed supporter of racial unity, a fearless defender of the little man or woman, and a true friend to the oppressed and marginalized.
I'm speechless. It's a very sad day for Malaysia. We lost a great leader, a champion of the people, a fearless Democrat, and a patriot. I think it will take a long while for us to get over that, and it's really sad for the country.
It's a big loss to the nation because probably that I know he's a fighter for justice. And so for the rakyat, it's very like when there's a certain issues to be raised, he's very outspoken about it, and also got all the facts, not only just to say something, but with the facts, and I think he will be missed by not only by the Pakatan Rakyat, maybe even for parliament to all the discussion.
I was in court yesterday, and the one thing that came to my mind was I had a difficult case yesterday, and the one thing that Karpal I think exemplified for a lot of us, especially for myself, was perseverance. That you had to push no matter what, and more importantly, you had to represent your client without fear or favor. And whenever I think of those words, I always think of him. There's no other person that would have fit that phrase so perfectly. And it's also that Karpal had this sense of ease about him, that everything was at his fingertips. And when you really sit down and think about it, the only reason why he had come to that stature or level, that he was so at ease with everything, and that he could travel, day in, day out. A lot of people don't realize this. I think it's also that the fact that he could travel from one court to the other and take such little time to move around the country was also testament to the fact that he had the law at his fingertips.
A fiery personality in politics who never shied away from speaking his mind or confronting the more difficult issues regardless of the consequences, Singh, who at the time of his passing held posts as both DAP National Chairman and Bukit Gelugo MP, having first been elected to Parliament back in 1974, was never far away from the headlines, both good and bad, as he often sought to defend his ideals, armed with a fierce commitment and an intimate knowledge of the law.
I think Karpal is loved because he was willing to fight the impossible fight, to fight the impossible battle. Those who are voiceless, those who are dispossessed, those who are defenseless, those who are poor, whether inside Parliament or outside Parliament.
Singh's confrontational nature meant that public opinion of him was often polarized. But love him or hate him, Singh was an eloquent and outspoken public figure who was impossible to ignore. On the political front, Singh, who was influenced by Mahatma Gandhi and John F. Kennedy, was often regarded as a controversial firebrand who was unafraid to go toe-to-toe with his adversaries. As with many eminent public figures, Singh became renowned as one of the more quotable politicians on the scene. Having blazed a trail for much of his career as a man of great integrity and high morals, Singh's passing leaves a huge void in the country's legal and political arena. For many Malaysians, Karpal Singh will not be forgotten.
I was in court yesterday. I was in the federal court, and what happened was some of the lawyers were asking, do you think that the court would adjourn the day's proceedings for him? And and some of them were like, should we ask for an adjournment because brother Karpal has passed in the fashion that, or in the manner that he did on that early, late last night, but early yesterday morning. And I think we were more or less in agreement that no, I think Karpal would have wanted us to move on with our lives and just get it done.